Hello and welcome to the Non-Fungible Creator Show. This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible Today, and Non-Fungible Tomorrow. Today we are very honored to have Popps, who is the creator of the Regulars by Popp NFT project on our show today. So how are you, Popps?
I'm good. Good to be here.
Yes, welcome for being here, Popps. So let's look at the screen. So tell me what we have here. This is a regular 6238. It's a regular that you gave me. Thank you very much. And as you see me now in person, do I indeed look like 6238 to you?
Yeah, I see some resemblances.
Some, only some. You know, in my opinion, there's another regulars in your collection which I think do look like me, which is 8112115. Yep, which is that one. I think there is more resemblance of me for that one. But anyways, if any of you who are watching this video and want one of these regular people, you could actually win 2 free mints by the end of the show. So stay tuned until the end of the show to have a chance to win a free mint. If you have any questions throughout the show, remember to mark them down, and we will open the floor for a live Q&A at the end of the show. And if we choose your question, you will have a chance to win the free mint. So thank you so much for being here, Popps. I'm really excited for the show because in my opinion, like, I mean no discredit to other PFP projects. It's just that to me, Regulars is like an oasis within the PFP desert, where you have, you know, in this space, you have different type of PFP projects, but all of them are basically, not all of them, some of them are a clone of another project, right? But for your project, it's, you know, it gives a totally different feeling. And also I see that all of them are really meticulously handcrafted. So can you share us more with the Regulars project?
Sure. I have been interested in crypto for a while and followed the NFT phenomenon. Although I didn't buy any, I was watching all the classic projects come out. And when the PFP CryptoPunk thing happened, I thought to myself, you know, I have some ideas for how to do procedural artwork, and came up with a concept for my own PFP collection. And part of that concept was to really use the technology that I am most familiar with and the pipeline that I use for my career as a post-production professional, and to try to generate something that's expressive and interesting and fun. And also use it as an excuse to really push the limits of the tools and really figure out what's possible. So I'm used to working in a commercial realm, and I haven't done an art project for myself for about 10 years. So I was very much needing to do a personal project. So that's how it started. A lot of my projects in the past, I've ended up working with kind of normal people as the talent. I've made some videos. I've done some other work where we work with normal people and try to get something great out of them. And it's worked very well. And somehow that's just how I ended up here with the Regulars, is trying to celebrate normal people. And I found paintings by Botero to be particularly inspiring because of how imperfect they are and how asymmetric they are and how filled with life they are, and also how well they translate to three-dimensional shapes, because they have a weight and a mass. So that's how it was born. And we started back in April with a concept, and I thought it would take 3 weeks. And 5 months later of working with a great team of contractors, we released the project. And I learned a ton throughout this project, everything from generating the art to the contract development to marketing. Learned a lot, and I would probably do a couple things different, but in terms of the artwork, I'm pretty stoked on how it came out. We really tried to make no technical compromises for the whole project. It was very intense. It took a lot of hard work from a lot of different people, and I think it came out great. And the fact that we have 10,000 images and all the images look very rich and deep, I'm really proud of it. And I hope that I think that it's going to lead to good things.
Absolutely. I think as part of the community, we are all very proud of what you have done. It's not like other PFP project. It speaks to you. You know, this project, it speaks to you as a regular person. And especially, you know, as you can see on the screen right now, as you're sharing, I mean, like some of them, like every regular has a backstory, and all of them, you know, could, you know, inspire a name and a backstory to the NFT holder themselves. So there's a lot of creativity. And I know that you work in post-production, as you shared. Did that help you with this project? Are you more stringent, or, you know, more picky on the hair, the lighting, and stuff like that?
Yeah, I am. I do work in post-production, and I have been interested in procedural design for a while, but only when COVID hit. When COVID hit, I had some time alone, and started working with software called Houdini, which is very, very powerful procedural software, basically with no limitations, and it really exposes what's under the hood of all this of 3D software, and lets you have great control. So I worked with a fantastic Houdini engineer who was just amazing, and also have a team that I'm used to collaborating with, where I had one of my colleagues hand paint the makeup for all of the ladies and for the clowns, and then I assembled a small team of grooming experts who do the hair. We found one amazing woman in Vancouver and a couple other people from around the world who really were pushing the limitations of the hair and the grooming. And yeah, I think that over the last couple of years, we've developed a process for getting good results from CGI, and we were familiar enough with the pipeline and the process to kind of know what to do to push this to its absolute limit and make it as good as it can be.
Yes, absolutely. So when I first met you, you did mention that some people in the team were involved in past Hollywood productions. So I can see like you have put a lot of effort into forming your team and also into the art and graphic design. And so can you tell us more about these regulars? Are they just profile pictures, or do they have utility?
They're primarily PFPs, but we do have some interesting ideas for the roadmap. We kind of stumbled on a style and a vibe that I want to explore a little bit more in everything from physical merchandise to the metaverse. And I think there's a lot of things to explore. And one idea that has kind of stuck out as something we want to kind of figure out is making a regular economy where these people have a backstory with a job and personalities. And I think that with the job, they earn a regular salary and perhaps buy regular homes.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all things that we're thinking about. And
hello?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I thought I lost you there because I do see some questions on the live chat. So I was just typing to them to, you know, leave some questions, and then we're gonna choose some of the questions, and if they were chosen, they win a free mint.
Yeah, for sure.
There's one that I find pretty interesting, but I'll ask afterwards. So if you're watching this live stream, remember to start typing your questions, and if both of us choose your question, you will have the chance to win the free mint. So Popp, can you tell us more about the behind the scene? Do you have some photos to share with us for behind the scene, or some videos, like how you make these regulars and so on?
Let's see here. Yeah, here's some interesting ones. So just a couple interesting ones we've been using for marketing. Just a couple cool ones. So yeah, let me just show you. I'll walk you through it a little bit. Here are some of the original tests we did, and this was interesting. So we started doing some sculpting exercises, and ended up going with kind of this was one of the original concepts, and decided that this was a little too refined, a little too like normal for the CGI world, and instead we went with things that are a bit more naive looking, a bit more asymmetric, and a bit imperfect. Here's some of our initial tests that we did.
Oh wow, that's a lot of mock-up. I mean, a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error. Yeah, you can see how it kind of we tried different approaches, and in the end, we went with these.
Wow.
And this is, yeah, these are what are used in the project right now. So you can see how like one face with eyes that are a little closer together, a little farther apart, or a little bit off angle, they really create different personalities, very interesting personalities. So let's see what else we got here. The next thing was to develop a system, because creating 10,000 images is not an easy task. So we assembled references, and let me just see here. Hold on. Basically created a text document with some variables I can show you.
Wow. Like,
so,
I think.
Yeah. Here's our document with 10,000 images, and we had to decide on all these things. So it says, you know, like makeup, glitter, background green, hair dirty blonde, and that translated into these giant grids of text. So this is for different eyeshadow. These are for our glasses. All the different glasses. And to make 10,000 images, you take, you know, a lot of heads and a lot of skin colors and a lot of haircuts and a lot of accessories and mix them up. And then as we did that, we gradually kind of found things that we wanted to explore more, like, hey, like how can we do, you know, these clowns where they take a lot more work. They're less procedural. They're more hand-done. So we only have like 100 clowns, and the McDonald's and the fast food workers and the special sunglasses. So those were kind of added afterwards. Yeah.
Wow. I mean that's very impressive, because this is 3D, right? So you have to come up with different combinations, and also to trial and error, as we just said, to make sure that, you know, they fit each other.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, you know, like I mentioned, we had a great team, and I relied on my very talented engineer to help kind of fit these together. And here's a little background on the 3D part. Let's see here.
Yeah. So what I think is, people are not just buying a profile picture. I mean, they are supporting a team of dedicated 3D artists. And also they are supporting, you know, 3D skills is not easy, especially when there's a lot of effort on your behalf, you know, to kind of coordinate everything, to work out with different combinations, to brainstorm, you know, oh, why don't we add a McDonald's trait? Why don't we add clown? And I also know that you have a devil trait as well. And all of these, you know, turned out pretty like very, very good. So that's why this is one of the reasons why I wanted you to invite you to the show, so you could show us, you know, everything that's behind the scene, like the video that you're sharing right now. There's a lot of effort involved in it.
It was a massive effort. I mean, it really took like every day, every single day between the beginning of April and the beginning of September, just grinding away at this, and getting a lot of great work from a lot of different people and putting them together in the best way possible. So
absolutely,
it was a lot of fun.
Sorry, out of curiosity, so all of these artists, you know, when you first approach them that you're working on an NFT project, do they really get what NFTs is, or do you have to explain to them and then they kind of get the concept? How was it?
No, not so much. I mean, I think that that a lot of them are not super familiar with NFTs. I think NFTs are pretty new, and you know, from what I've heard, the numbers are fairly low. A lot of people don't know what they are, don't understand them. They sound kind of goofy the first time you hear them. I don't know what you think, but the first time I heard about them, I thought, oh, that's stupid. And then the more I kind of thought about it and internalized it, the more I liked it. But I've been a big fan of crypto in general. I find the technology very, very interesting. And I am a visual artist by trade. So it made a lot of sense to me to merge the technology with the creative exploration, and kind of, I really connect with that.
Wow. So I know that at the same time you're working on other projects. What other projects are you working on? Can you give us a teaser or something?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. So I am working on one right now that I'm pretty excited about. Let's pull it up.
And you know what I think is that because of NFTs, because of cryptocurrency, you are able to promote. I mean, you're able to raise funds, and then you can use these funds to work on different projects and also to support these artists. So this is very meaningful. I mean, like, you know, being able to speak to you, getting to know your thought process, you know, it allows me to know that, you know, there's a lot of effort being involved, and that's why it's value for money, to be honest. And this is really cute. Candies, grandma's candies, right?
Yeah, this is called candies, grandma's candies, cactus candies. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but
is that Santa's candy?
The what?
Christmas is coming up, right? Is that
Santa's Christmas candy? Is coming up? Yeah. So it started as a fairly simple project where I just wanted candies that you can unwrap. So they start wrapped. And you can unwrap them, and then they would reveal whether they're cracked or whether they're whole, whether they have a fly on them. And, you know, that's a very simple concept, and that's kind of represents the landscape of NFTs maybe 6 months ago, when things weren't very complex and things were very simple. And now it feels a little too simple. So we're kind of exploring some different ideas for how we can create interesting economics for these candies. And I think we've landed on a cool concept. We'll have to see. I'm really getting deep into the contract stuff right now, and I think it'll be very interesting. But the idea is that the candies will kind of change when they're traded. They'll get unwrapped when they're traded. And if you get a certain kind of candy, then you can actually drain the treasury. So it's a little bit of an incentive to play with them and hold them. And if you're lucky, you can have access to all of the money from the sales. But wow. It's a little complex, so still working that out and how to phrase it and how to market it. But yeah, we've been generating these candies, and it's a simple theme, and we tried to illustrate it with beautiful video CGI that feels really good. And now we're trying to add some interesting economics to it.
Yeah, this is indeed very interesting. I mean, I'm not sure if you looked at the NFT space in the past week. Wolf Game just blew up because you have GameFi and stuff like that, like staking. And from what I hear from you, this is kind of like GameFi. It's like NFT and also kind of like, and it's kind of procedural in a way that it's not procedural in your face, but with every transaction, it maybe get more crumbled, or maybe it starts to unwrap. And the last person who gets it maybe get the dough or something like that. So I'm really excited for this project. It is quite interesting. And thank you for giving us this alpha.
No problem. Yeah, I think that, we're also working on another, I just want to do as much as possible because we're at such an interesting place with NFTs where very, very simple very, very simple ideas are exciting because we just don't know what's going to happen. So we're working on an app too for trading. The regulars is pretty interesting because a lot of people want regulars that look like them. I think that's like an idea. And the CryptoPunks is interesting because CryptoPunks, you know, you could probably own 1,000 CryptoPunks and be pretty satisfied that they represent you, or that it would work for an avatar because they're just pixels. You can kind of fill in the details as you want. So regulars is a bit different because they're so specific that if you know, if they don't look like you, it really feels like they don't look like you. So I think that we're going to have a lot of interest on the secondary market, and for that reason, we are trying to develop a trading app that has a bit of discovery built in. So kind of like Tinder, where you can flip through other images, and if there's a match, then the trade is made. And that's kind of what we're working on right now. And yeah, I'm just trying to
wow,
you know, make as much, just push forward on in a bunch of different ways, not just making the art, but thinking about the economics, thinking about the tools, thinking about everything. It's just such a fertile world right now for NFTs that there's a lot of room. There's a lot of room for exploration. There's a lot of room for development, and it's super fun to be part of that.
You inspire me a lot. I mean, I see a lot of creativity coming from just this conversation. And this is indeed very exciting. So we do have some viewers. How could they support you and participate?
I think just being part of our Discord, just reaching out on Twitter and talking about the project and what people want to see and what they like and what they don't like. And yeah, community is such a big part of this world. And we have a great group in our Discord. I think that for this project, it's more than just flipping an NFT to make money. It's really like from the beginning, making the art was my priority. I think people respond to that. And we just want to kind of continue with that spirit of appreciating art, making art, exploring what's possible, talking about what's possible with this project, with other projects. So
thank you for sharing that. So a while back, I shared a Twitter post about witnessing the ups and downs of your project. And the ups is that, you know, people are very excited about the project. And from what I hear, you know, there's a lot of exciting development that's coming up. You're trying to build an app where people can trade and explore the regulars to find a match. And also, so people are also very excited because from what I see is you have currently on the market, you have 388 NFTs and there's 166 owners. And this is even before the public sale, because right now you're launching your minting in different phases, right? So, but the down of the project is that early on, it seems like someone swatted on the regular's OpenSea domain name. So can you tell us more about this experience? And as an NFT project creator, what advice would you give to other NFT creators, especially with regards to domain name swatting on OpenSea?
Yeah, that was pretty frustrating. You know, I don't know what the right solution is, but when we started, somebody had created the regulars and it had no NFTs in the collection. So that was tough. And I emailed OpenSea and they said, no, there's nothing we could do about it because they didn't break the terms of service. So mysteriously, the collection was gone. And thanks to you, yes. I think that you pointed out
it was me.
Yeah, that the domain was available or the name was available. So we hopped on there and started and just grabbed it. And
yeah,
and then also you and some others pointed out that, you know, maybe we should squat the names for the future parts of the regulars. So regular homes and other regular collections. So yeah, now I'm squatting names because OpenSea doesn't have a very good system. I don't know what the right system would be. It would probably be to allow multiple names that are the same and then search results would be based on popularity. I don't know what the right answer is, but it was a pretty significant experience to go and have your name be taken and nobody could find it. And I would just say to any creators to go on OpenSea, start your collection now. Not to encourage squatting, but I wouldn't want them to be in the same position.
Absolutely, because one of the reasons for the swatting is that before, when I joined your project, you were planning to launch somewhere in September or October, but you decided to push it back by 1 month, right? So basically you have done all your marketing, people know the collection is regulars. So, you know, just some random dude decide to open a MetaMask on OpenSea and just decided to swap on your name. So that's why on OpenSea, your collection was Regulars by Popps early on, right? Because you can't get the original name. So yeah, it's a very interesting experience, especially in this decentralized world.
Totally. I mean, I think I was watching the Toads, and the Toads were by Gremplin, so I just copied that format, and then we lost the by Popps because we got the regular's name, and OpenSea also just adds the artist name now automatically. So yeah, so we are still in the pre-sale phase. Marketing has been a challenge. I think that marketing is a tough subject for a lot of projects. It's interesting that a lot of projects with what I would consider, you know, very art that is made very quickly and without a lot of care succeed in the marketing world, and vice versa. So we're doing what we can to kind of go slow and intentionally with our community, and we're making good progress. I'm not exactly sure when the public sale is going to be. It's going to be soon, but for now, we are really just trying to grow the community, get people involved, just kind of keep like a natural conversation going in our Discord, where when we did some of the tricks, like what other projects do is they say, okay, if you want to be on the whitelist, you need to invite, you need to invite 20 people, and all those 20 people need to chat a lot in the Discord. And if you chat a lot, can you get a whitelist spot? Yeah. So what we were seeing was this like frenetic and chaotic and ADD level of conversation in the Discord, and honestly, it made me feel a little bit crazy. I didn't quite realize it until our amazing community manager, Monhardy, who's done such a good job with the Discord, he said, hey, I have an idea, and took away the chat requirements. And all of a sudden, it was just like all the people in our Discord that care talking to each other about real things that are going on. And it was all of a sudden like a level of focus and concentration and the space that you need to hear other people. So that was really great. And I just kind of want to keep going with that idea of not forcing people to join, but just kind of drawing people in by the community, by the artistic sensibility, and build something that's organic and natural and kind of going to be around for a long time. So that's where we are.
Oh, thank you very much. Because when I was in your Discord, it's very different from other Discord. You host community challenges like, oh, Photoshop your regulars, or brainstorm something that's regular, so you could get like probably an early access or whitelisting. So it's a very different approach, but I think it's a working approach, because as you can see, there's a recent sale for regular, which is 1 Ethereum, and I think it's a quality sale because it was the clown, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, a punk bought the clown.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Mr. Punk, if you're watching, better share this alpha to other groups,
Yes, Mr. Punk 2021 got this oh no, what happened? Got this clown here. And
I love it.
I'm glad it made it to the right owner. Yeah.
100 views, 14 favorites. So is there anything else you want to share? If not, we'll move to the giveaways and we'll ask the questions. I think our fans are very excited about the giveaway.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think that we talked about a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So let's see. We have a first question from Netherlands. Hi, Pops. I'm curious to what extent the gender fluidity of the regulars was a conscious goal for the project. So my understanding is, have you considered, the gender fluidity, which is the maybe male to female ratio for the project early on? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Do you like this question? If you like it, we'll choose her for the him or her for the free mint.
I love the question. Yeah, I like the question.
Congratulations, Netherlands! You get the first free mint.
Thank you, Netherlands. And the only thing I could really say is that from the beginning, I know that the single biggest goal was to make as much variety as possible and cover the biggest spectrum from everything from hairstyle to clothing to skin color to gender. So that just fell right in line with that. And when we tried to maximize the variation, gender was part of it. And I think we ended up with some pretty interesting results that you might not be able to totally put into categories.
Okay, thank you for putting this gender ratio or fluidity into mind when creating this project. So let's see if we have another question. Oh, actually, Nando Dance also has a second question. Also, generally, people have used avatar to present themselves as a fantasy character. Are the regulars sort of a counter movement to that?
I don't know. I'm just not sure about that, but I agree with you that a lot of PFPs are for fantasy, and the regulars are a little bit different. I don't know if it was intentional to be a counter movement to, apes with laser eyes, but potentially.
Maybe have laser background. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you. So let's look at another question. So the second question is David Bolias. Was Fernando Botero's art your inspiration for the regulars? So he's the second guy who asked the question. Do you like this question, or do you want to listen to the other one?
I will answer it, but let's listen to the other one. Botero definitely was inspiration, big inspiration, as I mentioned during the beginning.
Okay, so you also mentioned at the beginning. Yes, absolutely. And then Peter Lamb. Hey, Pops, your NFTs are amazing and definitely undervalued. Can you share with us any plans regarding marketing collaboration in the upcoming months so more people would know about this hidden gem?
Marketing and collaboration. I don't have any plans for collaboration other than we had a great partnership with the Friends with Benefits community. I really like that DAO, and I think that they're just like a great energy in the landscape. And then what we're trying to do for marketing is just build a world around exploring and building art, and between candies and the app and other things that are being developed right now. I think that we just want to be a group that's like always pushing forward, always trying new things, and that will be the most sustainable way to get recognition and get reputation. So I'm putting everything I can into making this trading app that doesn't exist, that will also be for other collections. Like I do like the derivative of the flies. I really like the flies, and I think that we're gonna try to integrate that into the trading app, and and regulars will be in the trading app, and people will hopefully appreciate the tool and bring eyes and awareness back to the regulars.
So we still have two more questions. Another question is by Unfortunately Rob. The roadmap has sales goals for the NFT to get to jobs and houses, but given the slower pace of the sales, is there a plan to go ahead with those collections anyway?
Of the jobs and the houses, Yeah, I think so. I mean, the houses is a very large, ambitious project, and the houses would need funds from the sales. I do think we are only in private sales. I do think that this project is set apart from just about any other project out there, any other PFP project. It's very unique, and I think it will stand the test of time. We're at a new point where not minting out is okay. I really do think that not minting out immediately is okay, and that this project will be successful, even if it takes more time to mint out than it would have 4 months ago. But I do, yeah. Just back to the question, the regular homes will need quite a bit of development and creative development and time for execution. So we're trying to a couple other things that are a bit lighter lifts, and yeah, we'll have to see some sales to get those regular homes on OpenSea.
How about regular jobs?
Regular jobs is more of a contract thing. And I should also point out that our contract developer we're just so lucky to have him. He's super talented, and our front end developers have been doing just a great job. So the regular jobs will be something that can be integrated into the contract, but without the bigger system, without the homes, I'm not sure really I don't think that they would work on their own. Mm-hmm. So I know it's popular right now to have the, bananas for the Kongs, and mm-hmm. I don't know what's going on with the wolf game, the wolf. I want to know more. But yeah. I actually don't quite always understand how those work. Like this is a zero-sum game, It's like everyone's playing the wolf game. So where is the money coming from that's being paid back to them? I think it's deceptive and it's confusing. And when you have a system that works together, like, you have a job, the job yields dollars, the dollars can buy things. Like, you can rename your regular, you can give them a backstory, you can give them a home. Like, then it starts to make sense to me. But with just a job that just gives you tokens, I'm not sure how that would net out. I don't know really what that would mean, but yeah.
So from my limited understanding is that for the Wolves game, for every royalty that they get, they allocate a portion to the liquidity pool for the Wolves. So that's where the real life value is. But it is a bit complicated where you unstake it and then you have a chance of losing your sheep, your NFT or something like that. But I mean, right now everyone is just FOMOing into any project that has something related to Wolf, and a lot of them are web pools. So for those of you listening, be careful. We do have a final question. Great show, guys. This is from Jay Dubman. Great show, guys. What is going to be the long-term benefit to holders of a regular? So maybe what he's asking is that maybe holding a regular is like a membership. Is there any special things,
Yeah, I do. I think it's being part of the community, and the community is going to evolve, and the projects will evolve, and the community will absorb new projects. And I just think there's something to holding a lot of these early NFT projects. I'm a fan of other projects. I like holding them because it feels like an important moment in time, and there's a visual component that you can appreciate, and you have ownership, which is just an interesting feeling. So all of that combined, I hope that this project draws in a similar type of person that is interested in art, and that's probably at the core of it.
Absolutely. I really agree with you. I mean, like, you drawing people like me. I'm not saying I'm a good quality person, but at least I'm someone who's really excited, and I'm the one who found out that the domain has been available. I mean, was released, and then you were able to get it, and then you gift me the regular. So thank you so much for that regular. And it feels like hard work, right? It's honest work, but I'm really happy for your project. So it's time to select the second winner of the 3 mints. So out of the questions I just asked, which one do you want to give the 3 mint to?
Wait, what were the questions once more?
Okay, so the first question is because Nether Dance already has one, so
Yep.
I'll talk about the other questions. David asked you about whether the Regulus is inspired, whether Fernando Botero was an inspiration for Regulus. The second question is from Peter Lam about can you share with us any plans regarding marketing collaboration in upcoming months with people so people could know about this hidden gem? The third question is from Unfortunately Wop. The roadmap has sales goal for the NFT to get jobs and houses, but given the slower pace of the sale, is there a plan to go ahead with those collections anyways? And the final question is there what are the long-term benefits to holding a Regulus?
How many are we picking? Just one or two?
Just one, because we already gave a minute.
Oh yeah, okay.
Unless you want to give more.
Let's take the question about marketing. The one about marketing.
About marketing. Okay, so that is Peter Lam. Congratulations, Peter Lam, and thank you all for watching this and for asking these questions. And I think we learned a lot, and we really appreciate your effort for building the team and creating this project. I can say that the short-term benefit is that you can support these hardworking people and their effort. I mean, as you can see, what Popps has shared, there's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of charts and stuff like that for the combination. So this concludes the end of our show. Thank you so much for joining us, Popps. For those of you who like our content, remember to press like and subscribe and press the bell button for the latest updates. And we appreciate it if you could follow both of our social media channels. They are all listed in the description box. And until next time, trade well and live life non-fungibly. Bye, Popps. Thank you very much.
Thank you.